Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to LGI. Let's Get Inclusive, a disability lifestyle podcast. Thank you again, Bestie, for joining us for this lovely episode. And today we are joined by the lovely, handsome, macho, Ipeleng Khunou. He is an athlete. He is a coffee enthusiast. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. And he's also an activist in the disability space. Ipeleng,
Lutando.
welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. I'm so looking forward to having this chat with you. How have you been?
Lutando, I'm super. Might be a bit freezing, but hey, born now. I'm
Born.
definitely warm.
Like winter's coming out,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to summer, right?
Yeah.
The summer plans?
I've got running plans. I don't know about summer plans.
You got running plans.
Yeah.
Tell me your running journey.
Sure.
I'm interested in that. You don't do the mainstream running,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You tell me about your sports. What it is? What is it? How does it fall into?
Yeah.
Why are you not at the? Why are you not, or were you not at the Paralympics? So yeah, let's talk about that.
Lutando, what I do is illegal. I've been told. Yeah.
Okay.
So I run on crutches, a sporting code that doesn't yet exist. And yeah, I'm trying to make running on crutches into a Paralympic sport. Yeah, I started running just to try and lose weight around 2016,
Yes.
where I was 120 plus. And yeah, I think I just fell in love with running, and ever since I haven't stopped running. I run marathons because obviously what I do does not, is not part of the Paralympic sporting code, but I'm obviously now trying to make that into a Paralympic sport by doing coaching clinics and so on, for kids. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of, do you have people with disabilities that you run with that are supporting you? Do you have, from the disability sector, do you have the support?
Not in SA. It's a pity. Not in SA. No. I think overseas they are much more open and they understand what I'm trying to do. So yeah, it hurts a bit that you're not getting that support where you are born, but yet overseas immediately when you tell them what you're trying to see, what you're trying to do, then all of a sudden they get it.
Are you the only athlete in crutches in South Africa?
Unfortunately, Kolani passed away. Yeah. So at the moment, the one that I know of, yes, and otherwise the kids that I'm currently doing coaching clinics at with Miro School, Hope School, as well as Pretoria School.
So you do have kids that you are giving lessons to and doing what do you call them?
Running on crutches.
Running on crutches.
Yeah,
So you have
yeah.
coaching clinics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to corporate,
Yeah.
sponsorships and everything, do people hear your message?
It's getting there. It's getting better. I think I'm one of the luckiest athletes that's living with disability because from the onset, I've been lucky enough to have relationship with brands and so on. But obviously, having coming from a marketing background, it helps on how to put on proposals together and so on.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
let's talk money.
Yeah.
The most uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's be realistic. A lot of athletes
Sure.
are not making money.
Yeah.
They struggle financially because, you win all these trophies, you're putting the country on the map,
Yeah.
and you're doing all those wonderful things. But rent and cents are balance, man. Things are just not coming to play.
Yeah.
So, your experience, how has it been? And do you see this as something that is sustainable, that you can do long term?
Yeah. I think you need to have this is not sustainable if you're going to do it in the traditional sense where you are just trying to be an athlete and break records. You might be lucky and get a sponsorship and it goes on, but that will probably last for 5 years and so on. So with me, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build relationships with corporates. I sell what I do through them. So I think if athletes had that idea, or that know-how onto sell corporates using what you do, then all of a sudden we're having a different discussions in terms of money. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So bottom line, you're well taken care of.
I'm surviving. I wouldn't say it's yet well taken care of. I am surviving, but yeah, I'm not drowning yet.
You're not drowning yet.
Yeah.
Okay, great stuff. That's a beautiful conversation, because those are conversation people are not having,
Especially
Yeah.
with athletes with disabilities. I think that's where the least money is spent. And for me it's sad because at some point Paralympics would bring the most medals,
They do. They still
Yeah.
do. I think
Yeah.
even now, probably, I haven't been following it.
Yeah. I think
My bad. I
yeah,
haven't been following up the Paralympics, the athletics in general.
sure.
Because I'm not into sports. But I generally think that Paralympics have been performing
Better
better
than
than general. So, why is money not spent there? Has there been any follow-ups? Have you heard anything?
The problem with anything that's related to the so-called disability, I think when a person wants to get into, when they want to collaborate with us, they tend to think they are doing us a favor.
Yeah.
So there's always this thing of saying, let's assist them. No one wants to sell, or they don't know how to sell stuff through us. And I think that's also our responsibility. I think it's time that we take the lead and start selling what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me here,
Sure.
Ipeleng, how did you get to be where you are today? Where did you grow up? Like,
Yeah.
who is the core of Ipeleng? And for you right now, for us to be sitting here, you come from somewhere,
Yeah.
and you end up in Johannesburg, like most of us,
Yeah.
and you try to make it out the trenches and land somewhere.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
So I was raised by a very stubborn mother. I think growing up as a child with disability, the first thing that families will say is he needs to be in some kind of church missionary or something. My mother was like, that's never going to happen. I grew up in Rustenburg, but my mother, I think in my early ages, my mother took me to Para. The first experience of a car for me was an ambulance, because I was in an ambulance that was used as a patient transport going from the northwest to Para. So that was quite a thing that I grew up in. And then obviously my mother made sure that I would go to boarding schools and all the right schools. And I had a whole lot of toys. So I was the cool kid where I was staying where kids would come to my house and play with me, and we were forced to play outside. So I think I was lucky enough that my mother wanted to make sure that I have the normal life. I don't know what normal life is, but I think I got the normal life,
As normal as can be.
Yeah, and then obviously I went through to a couple of boarding schools. One was supposed to help me in terms of my eyes, because my eyes are quite bad. And then obviously I was not getting physio there. Then I had to go for a school for children with disabilities, when I was finishing my high school. So yeah, I would say I was raised by a very strong woman, a warrior. And that, sort of like went on to me, because I also became a rebel. I fought to be taught in English, and I didn't eat pap. So you can imagine, if you don't eat pap in all these schools, the hostel mothers look at you funny and all that. And yeah, I think I stood my ground. And I think that contributed into me becoming, I would say, an activist, because I've always known what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff. And speaking of schools, what are your thoughts on schools, stability schools integrating into mainstream schools?
Yeah. Here's my thing. I think,
speaking of schools, you're talking about schools. What are your thoughts on integrating schools for children with disabilities into mainstream schools?
Okay. I would say it's important for a child with disability to go to, maybe I would say primary, but just getting that primary health care and education where they can get like specific help, like physio and stuff like that for them. But I would say high school, it helps if your school goes mainstream child, because then they get you exposed to the so-called normal world. So for me, I would say it helps, if a child does eventually experience mainstream school, because you don't want to give them a culture shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very different school of thought.
Yeah.
I
All right.
actually would do away absolutely totally
Yeah.
with separating schools.
Sure.
If ever our normal schools
Yeah.
were to be fully capacitated,
Yes.
have physio, have
Yeah.
um, all the needs, I mean, social
Yeah.
waiters and all of those things in the school,
Yeah.
then we wouldn't need.
We wouldn't. Yeah. We wouldn't need that. But I mean, then again, you look at where South Africa is with education, where basic. I mean, if I were to tell you about a basic school in Soweto and a basic school in Randburg or something, they are world apart. So you can imagine if they had children with disabilities. I think the children with disabilities would probably be, worse off in a.
But
Yeah.
don't you think that with the kids
Yeah.
with disabilities that are sitting at home because they cannot access
Yeah.
the so-called special schools, because they're so far away, number one, some of them are just too
Yeah.
expensive, and so, but there is a school in the
In the
neighborhood,
yeah.
but that kid cannot go to school mainly because there are stairs, mainly
Yeah.
because, and the disability is so heightened because the child is separated
Yeah.
from the rest of the community.
I think such situations, yes. I think for me, it's just a thing that that's the school that I've known. So it just makes, that's the environment that I've known. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah. But I think in such instances, yeah, then they should be integrated,
Yeah.
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 The only thing that I'm just mindful of,
Yeah.
you've heard of the bullying and where some teachers will then,
But bullying happens everywhere,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I mean, it's not specifically for the select few.
Sure.
Everybody gets bullied. In special schools, there are bullies
Sure.
that have disabilities and
Yeah.
are bullying other kids.
Yeah.
So for me, it's it will give you a thick skin. I mean, deal with it. It's the real world.
Yeah.
If you are in a school that there are bullies, other children are there where there are schools where there are bullies. So it does
Sure.
not make you special just because you got a disability.
Yeah. Never thought of it that way, but yeah, I think I'm learning something.
Yeah.
But I agree to a certain extent. Yeah.
That
I agree that the children should be integrated. I mean, you don't want to deprive children of from education just
Yeah.
because of, they are not at a certain location or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah.
You said you're a coffee enthusiast. What do you mean?
First beverage that I drink, I run at 4 a.m. So 3:30, quarter to 4, I'm drinking my first cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love coffee. I think I've always loved coffee. At first, it was just to stay awake, but yeah, I've fallen in love with coffee to a point where now I'm involved in, business of coffee, where we actually training persons with disabilities to become baristas and so on.
That's
so
beautiful.
yeah.
That is wonderful. So you're not a coffee enthusiast. You are an entrepreneur in the coffee space.
Starting. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love it when I see people coining it. People that otherwise wouldn't be the necessary face of money. So,
Yeah.
so I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving that you got big plans.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's speak about this, a family life.
Sure.
Married, kids, future, or what are you?
Me right now, I am still choosing the relevant person, Yeah. But
don't be too choosy, Well, you should be maybe.
you know what? I am very choosy. I am one of those people who they'll say, "Ooh, Marwena, who are you gonna get?" No, I don't settle for less. Hey, in everything that I do, I don't settle for less.
Yes.
So yeah.
Great stuff. And 5 years from now, where is Ipeleng? Where is it going?
Ipeleng does want to get to the Paralympics eventually. So this year or next year, I'm getting on a boat. We obviously going to be focusing on rowing, but also continue
rowing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because
I'd love to join you.
Yeah, no.
I row.
Oh wow. Okay, great. I've got a teammate.
Cool.
Yeah. So obviously, I would definitely like to push one more time for the Paralympics, and obviously just to build this running thing. Go around the world. I'd love to see the first batch of runners on crutches at the 2032 Olympics,
Yeah.
Paralympics, running 100 meters and
Is
records
that
being
when the next
smashed.
Paralympics going to be?
No, no, no. They're not. Okay, what I want to do, it's not going to be at the 2028 Olympics,
Why?
Paralympics, Olympics, yeah. So I know definitely
Why
that
not?
I've got an,
What
because
does
of,
it take to get to the Paralympics?
okay, so for a new sport to be included at the next Paralympics, it would already have to be at the at the Paralympics board being discussed now.
Okay.
So right now they already decided which new two sports they're gonna allow at the next Paralympics. So I'm
Oh.
not yet there. So hence I'm saying for the next 4 years I'm gonna be pushing that
Mhm.
in the 2028 Olympics that discussion is being heard.
Table.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Great
Yeah.
stuff. Makes sense. I didn't know that. I learned something new today. What else? But I think, what? Because I remember you said there's something that you wanted to chat about.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I'm an activist. I am a rebel. I'm a rebel of note.
So
So
in your activist space,
yeah.
what do you do? What is your focus area?
For me, it's important that we open doors for people that are living with disabilities that are coming after us. I think we're fortunate enough that I think myself and you, we are that first, that post. I don't know when you did your matric, but if you did it somewhere in the early 2000s or late 2000s, then we are definitely the first generations of persons with disability that entered the corporate world. So it's very important for us to really open up those doors, because I think they still sort of like pity, with our employers that they take us, but often they get surprised that you can actually do your work. So that's the mindset that I would like to change, as well as public transport. I will never be able to drive. So for
Yes.
me, it's important that the
How is
public
that
transport.
going? Because I know that you do have something happening in the public transport space. Your case with the city of Tshwane, right?
Yes.
And all of that. How is that happening? Tell me about that story, actually.
Yeah.
In a quick 30 seconds. What happened?
All right. So the city of Tshwane does not believe that I'm a person that would need ramps and so on to use public transport. So I've taken them to the Equality Court, and right now we are waiting for the city of Tshwane with Arieng to pitch and say, we are waiting for the city of Tshwane to. That is, yeah. Yeah. So we're waiting for the city of Tshwane to plead guilty or not, because we've taken them to the Equality Court for equal access on their buses.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is it only focusing on public transport, or is it focusing on accessibility throughout Tshwane?
For now, we are on public transport, but we are also negotiating with the city to make the city more accessible. I mean, I'm a person who will say, let's negotiate, and the courts are normally the last stage of
Yeah.
negotiation for me. Yeah.
Okay, great stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, and then just for fun, other than being all serious and always on the track,
Yeah.
always pushing in the carts.
Yeah.
Hey, babu ya man. Like you're always fighting, you're always here.
Yeah.
Other than that, what else does Ipeleng do? What gives you that vuma, that mojo?
Yo, it's a scary one. Okay, so I love accessibility. I love.
Hi, Ipeleng.
No.
You can't always be accessibility.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun? Who is Ipeleng when you're not worried about the world?
All right, so I'm a creative.
When you're being selfish.
Yeah, when I'm being selfish.
Yeah, in your own space, in your own time. Who are you?
I think I love traveling. Yeah, I love traveling, but with that eye of trying to balance the things out. But yeah,
like other people say,
Sure.
what do you do for fun?
Yeah.
Other people, I love to chill with the glass of wine and a good book. Or something that has got nothing to do with
Sure.
saving the world.
All right.
When you switch off, the world can go save itself. Moments like that, what do you do?
I'm a football fan. I'm a massive football fan. So
So what's your team? What are your teams?
My team drew.
Usually South Africa's got two teams. You've got the
there's local one and the international.
So
locally, I'm not gonna disclose which team I support.
Come on. Come on. It can only be when you say you're not gonna disclose,
Yeah.
I'm giving you the side eye.
No. I've got a relation. Okay, so here's why. I've got a good relationship with the team that I do not support, as in like corporate relationship, and so hopefully they don't pick this up. And then the team that I love, they are in Soweto, but the one that's doing well in Soweto, not the other one.
There's two teams in Soweto.
Yes, one that's doing well. There's one that's doing well. They are going into the MTN
It's the
final.
the ones that you love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm based in Pretoria, so I've got a good relationship with, yeah.
That's my duty.
Yeah.
And, internationally,
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal fan.
I am an Arsenal fan. I love Arsenal. I've met Ashley Cole when I was in London.
Yeah.
So that was huge for me.
Man,
and Khanou's wife, who was an ex-Arsenal player, took me to the Emirates Stadium, to visit the stadium. So listen, that was just a stamp to say you didn't miss. You are an Arsenal fan.
Man, that's wonderful. I mean, that's a dream for every Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great stuff. And any you did talk about that. The way I thing. I wanted to ask you more about the women in your life. But anyway.
I've got a woman in my life.
So why are you not talking about her? You said you're still looking. What are you looking for?
No. Okay, it's not.
Hi, Ipeleng. You're being shady. You see, right now, if this was live, you were sleeping outside with the dog. You said you're looking now.
No. Okay. I thought you meant something permanent, right? Like,
what?
Okay, it's permanent. All right. Wait. All right.
Okay. Cool. Let's compose your mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm dating someone.
Yeah.
It's in a relationship stage. I'm not seeing anyone else. She's amazing. She's taught me a lot about being patient and so on, because as an athlete we get to be very selfish. Listen, I think musicians and athletes are the most selfish people. So she
They're all about honing their craft.
Yes. So you end up not worrying about someone else's time. It's all about you, type of a thing, But she's helped me, to be grounded, and she's quite open-minded in terms of understanding what I do, and also the fact that she understands my disability, so it's never an issue. So makes life so much easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, great stuff.
Yeah.
Ipeleng, thank you so much for joining us on Let's Get Inclusive. This has truly been an exciting episode, and I don't think this is the last time we're going to be seeing of you, either on season 2 or any other.
Or on the rowing boat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, we're going rowing together.
Yeah.
But summer must just come through now. And then definitely I'll see you. Which is your favorite river?
Listen, I'm new in this, so I train at Ducks. There's a river somewhere in Pretoria. I don't know what's the name
Pretoria's
of it.
got the best, eh?
Yeah.
I also go to Pretoria.
Yeah, so yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Then I'll see you there. Thank you so much. This has been Let's Get Inclusive LGI with your girl Lutando K. Hope to see you next time. Thank you, bestie.
Cheers.